how about these folks call Shedeur Sanders acting like they was a GM selecting him for the NFL draft? I mean, that's under the belt. You know, if there's anything under the belt, it's that. And that was like just a gut punch. Like, damn, you know, you could just imagine his psychology and his feelings right now. And just, you know, everything that, you know, they invested in, all the hard work he put in, him, his father, his brothers, you know, the whole Sanders family. And to have someone play that type of game with your dream, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't play with people's dreams, because I'm not going to play with my own dream, let alone let anybody else play with my dream. But today is a day of social media, you know what I'm saying? AI, people can find out anything. You can't really hide much. You know, they'll find your address, your number, you know, who your children is, who your wife is, and where you live at, how you live, and how much money you got. It's just too much information out there, and you have too many people that's not right in the head. You know what I'm saying, mentally. So I definitely want to offer words of encouragement to Shedeur Sanders. You are more than a conqueror. You're gonna get picked. Ain't no doubt about it. He's gonna get picked, and nobody's gonna pick him. He the man put in work, over 4,000, you know, yards throwing, completion yards 4,129 if I'm not mistaken. But we go over that. Now, they claim that. A shout out to Ryan Clark of Pivot Podcast and ESPN Sportscaster, former safety of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I watched him for years, and I love what they got going on. Him, Fred Taylor, and Chowder with the Pivot, you know, podcast. And it's more than just about sports. But as a man, I love the information that they're dropping in there, because, you know, every man should aim, every woman as well. Everyone should aim to be better every day, and to help other people become better. And podcasts and shows and books, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things you just need to align yourself with, and that's one of them. But I like what he was saying.
At the very last minute, Shedeur's going to have to overcome this little early onset of adversity. I think he's going to be totally fine. As long as he gets an opportunity to go out there and live out or fulfill his dream, that's where it starts, right? No matter where you start, he's an NFL quarterback. He still has an opportunity to get out there, help a team win, help, you know, create his own legacy, right? And say, look, looking back, it didn't start how I wanted it to start, but now I have the opportunity to walk in my own footsteps, right? So he can be a $200 million guy someday. It's gonna take a lot of work starting tonight.
You're only worth what people are willing to give you or spend on you.
Every time.
No matter what we think about Shedeur Sanders' tape, no matter what Shedeur Sanders thinks about his tape or what he's put on film to this point, they let him know tonight. 32 teams, right? The Giants twice, the Atlanta Falcons twice, let you know we don't need you. And that's okay. That's their right. Like, that's their job. They are staking their job on the names that they call tonight, right? On the person whose phone they hit up and say, hey, man, are you ready to be? Nobody felt that way about Shedeur Sanders, and he has to own that. That doesn't mean he's not a good football player. That doesn't mean he's not talented. That doesn't mean he doesn't have the potential to be great. But what it meant was these 32 teams don't think you were better than the opportunities that they had to pick other people. And you got to wear that. This is his first bit of public football adversity. And I'm not.
Ryan Clark pointed out on his Pivot Podcast how when Johnny Zelle, Baker Mayfield came in the game, two quarterbacks, and I know both of them won the Heisman. Both of them went to Cleveland Browns. Both of them was picked in round one. Johnny Manziel, 2014, Baker Mayfield in 2018. First round picks, you know what I'm saying? The Browns picked Mayfield, you know, the first one to get picked, you know what I'm saying, in the 2018 draft. With all the shenanigans these guys were up to in college, you know what I'm saying? Bribes, money, drunk. They balled out still. A lot of bravado. I remember Johnny Manziel was doing this, you know what I'm saying, about money. You know, what's the difference with Shedeur Sanders doing this with his watch and being happy, you know, that he got a little, you know, little change. You know what? He got a lot more little change. He out there buying, you know what I'm saying, big body cars and stuff. So shout out to him. You deserve that. If you working hard, the NIL made it possible to get that type of finances. Why not? His father, Deion Sanders, 1989, who was drafted first pick, he was bigger than football, bigger than track and field, bigger than baseball. A lot of people couldn't stand that. And so a lot of the reasons why Shedeur Sanders isn't being picked is because they're saying his bravado, he's too egotistical, you know what I'm saying? He too much confidence. Who don't want a quarterback that got a lot of confidence? You want somebody the team gonna rattle around like they did with him in Colorado. Man, I watched maybe 6 games Colorado, 6-7 games the past 2 years, possibly more than that, but around that much. I'm a very busy man, you know, writing my 4th book, you know, and father of 2 beautiful baby girls, and a CEO of my company here in Atlanta, renovating houses and doing mold and water damage remediation. I don't have too much time to watch games, but I made it my business to watch, you know what I'm saying, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. And shout out to Travis Hunter and Jacksonville for making the wise choice, pick him at number 2. I still feel he should have went number 1, but Cam Ward from the U, baby, went number 1, which is expected. You know he's going to go top 3. Those 2 fellas was going top 3. Phenomenal athletes. But if you watch Shedeur Sanders day in and day out on the football field, he put his heart on the line. And that's the one thing, to me, as much as I love football, you know, I love playing it when I played in high school and a little bit in college. And I love watching it on TV. I still love going to football games. Shout out to my little nephew, you know what I'm saying, King David, 2 nephews, King David and Devon Mortimer's 2 football players, one at Western Michigan, the other one is at Edgewood Water in Jacksonville. As a matter of fact, so now I got extra reason to go to Jacksonville, you know, so shout out to him. Anyway, love y'all. But what I was trying to say is that there is no way, no how, these 32 GMs, these front offices, there's no way that no one has picked him in Shedeur Sanders in the first 3 rounds, and they did not have some sort of secret meetings or phone calls or emails stating that we're not going to pick him. Nobody pick him. Let's just make a statement. Cause they couldn't hate on Deion as much as they wanted to, you know, because Deion was like the man. If you ever watched Deion play or watch some of his highlights, and if you grew up watching Deion, you know what I'm talking about. He was a game changer. He was a game changer. And watching Shedeur playing these games, putting his heart on the line, throwing, getting hit, staying in the pocket, accurate throws, running the ball, you feel me? Get in front of players' faces who were hurting his players, you know, especially when that hurt Travis Hunter in that Colorado State game. I remember because I was at Cam Newton's sports bar, cigar bar, downtown Atlanta, watching that game, having a marvelous dinner and drinks. And very nice place, by the way. If you guys ever come to Atlanta, you want to go to Cam Newton's cigar bar, if you could, you know, if you like cigars. You seen how he got in that player's face after they hit, you know, Travis Hunter, after that cheap shot of Travis Hunter. And none of that counts for anything. This man's never been arrested, ain't been, you know what I'm saying, never been in jail, obviously. You know, he ain't out there doing drugs. No, you know, he's not there beating his women. You got players like Lawrence Phillips, rest in peace. I'm gonna bring up 2 players that coincidentally committed suicide while in prison, both by, you know, ropes to their neck, you know, supposedly killed themselves. So Aaron Hernandez, I definitely believe he killed himself. He went to NFL draft back in the day, 2010. He was picked in the 4th round, but he would have been picked much sooner. Okay, he went to University of Florida, Gators. I'm a Gators fan, so I watched him play Florida Gators and for the Patriots. They picked him despite him having a criminal record, pictures and videos of him flashing guns, you know what I'm saying, gang signs and gang tats. They picked him, you know, and you seen the end result. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna get into that. There's plenty of documentaries about Mr. Hernandez and his shenanigans and just criminality. The guy he was a very confused individual. Anyway, the point is they picked him regardless. And I grew up, you know, I'm an 80s baby, born 1980. I'm 45 today. You know, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Mr. Lawrence Phillips. You know, I watched him play for Nebraska in the late 90s, you know, about 96, 95. And they went to national championships. And they straight ran through Florida Gators. That's something definitely worth looking up. They ran through Florida Gators. But Lawrence Phillips, what I want to say about Lawrence Phillips, I'm looking this up right now. He was a baller. Probably was like 6'3". I mean, he you know, 250 pounds. You know, running the rock. He might have ran a 4.2. You know what I'm saying? The 4.3, man, this dude was huge. He still was running over Gators like they was like Legos, man. It was sickening watching him play. And the point I'm trying to make is Lawrence Phillips beat up his girlfriend in high school. He beat the dog shit out of his girlfriend, a white girl in college at University of Nebraska. And you know, he still got picked. You know what I'm saying? Still got picked NFL first round. You know what I'm saying? So number 6 in the first round. So that was crazy. But Shedeur is still sitting here on the third day NFL draft. That's ridiculous. But I was just gonna put up these stats for the national championship when they played for the Gators. They won a title with him, 94, 95. Lawrence Phillips drafted 96. But a national championship game against the Gators, which is a nightmare. You know, I still think about it. You know, but he was a great player, a great running back. And I'm gonna give you these stats. Fiesta Bowl, that's what it was. Fiesta Bowl was the last one, 1996, January 2nd. And, you know, they literally stomped on my Gators. And I just wanted to kind of mention that because in that game, he was like phenomenal, Phillips. All right. 42-yard touchdown. You know what I'm saying? You know, second quarter. Look at that, 29 yarders. So these guys will put character based on who you are. They'll put your character behind you as long as your talent exceeds you. We'll put up with you for a little bit. Let's see what you can do for us. How much money you can make for us. But so they really don't care too much about character, saying, oh, he's going to be too much of a distraction. What about these cats I just mentioned? Let's get into who the Giants picked over Shedeur Sanders. You know, Jackson Dart, who's from Utah. The stats for Jackson Dart, you know, pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? It's not astronomical, but let's do a comparison with the numbers. You got Jackson Dart, Ole Miss quarterback. You know, in 2024, he got 4,279 yards, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, QBR of 86.3, which is pretty is decent. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good. You know, he's not an awful, you know what I'm saying, quarterback like RGB, Robert Griffin III was saying that the Giants don't know what they're doing. I mean, he's okay. You know what I'm saying? He's okay. You know what I mean? It's not a bad pick, but you know, everybody want to get one of these top quarterbacks, you know, and that too many quarterbacks got picked. So that's just showing this wasn't a draft for quarterbacks. Shedeur Sanders stats, 2024 season, 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, QBR 5.5. So Jackson Dart stats, as far as the QBR goes, you know, you're talking about at least 11 points higher than Shedeur Sanders. So, but the Giants actually, you know, traded back so they can get this guy. You know what I mean? So who knows? I just hope that Shedeur Sanders keeps his head up. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you're going to get in today, one way or the other. We're going to throw it up. And when your jersey come out, homeboy, I'm getting your jersey. I never got your father's jersey. I never got your father jersey, but I'm definitely going to get your jersey. You know what I'm saying? So remember this scripture, y'all. Romans 8, verse 37. You are more than a conqueror. You are more. Remember, whenever you feeling doubt, whenever you feeling down and depressed, remember that you are more than a conqueror. You don't have to hear from somebody in social media, or some pay hundreds of dollars with some kind of conference here, motivational speaker. You can open your Bible. You can look in the mirror and say to yourself, "You are more than a conqueror. You are more than a conqueror." Any adversity, any type of challenges, any type of distractions coming your way, that it has been in your way. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't know how to shake it. You shake it with your words, because your words are more powerful than you think. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's the only weapon you got is your words. Words of encouragement. So a lot of us use our words to curse other people and not knowing we're cursing ourselves. Because when you point that finger, you got 3 pointing back right at you. So don't point the finger. Don't curse yourself. Just remember and keep saying to yourself, I am more than a conqueror. Say, look in the mirror and say it 1,000,000 times until you begin to believe that. Because when you say those things, it comes back to you. You feel me? It aligns the stars. Things start beginning to work towards in your favor. People start working towards in your favor. You can't be a degenerate and say these things. Your actions have to be one of honor, one of respect, of dignity, showing love, being compassionate, showing empathy to other people. You are more than a conqueror. You do good, you will get good results. You do bad, you will get bad results. If you consistently make great choices, you will have consistent great results. And what Shedeur Sanders has been able to do, consistently show up, ball hard. I don't even think he even missed a game at Colorado. Possibly he might have missed one. But we all know he deserves more than what he's getting. I don't care who his father is. You know what I'm saying? Even though Deion Sanders was the top drafted out of Florida State University, he broke all kind of records. You know what I'm saying? He held the 40-yard dash record for a long time, 4.2. Very low 4.2. But at the same time, now it's time for Shedeur Sanders to actually create his own legend, actually create his own legacy by showing up, being humble. You might want to tone down the ice a little bit, but hey, that's what makes you play better than look good, play good, like your daddy say. All right, y'all be blessed up. And this is an example for everybody who have high expectations. The results, you may not get those results that you want, but best believe me, if you know you work hard for something, can't nobody deny you. Like Tupac used to say, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way I'm going to bust my butt and don't get paid. You feel me? There's no way. And it's payday for him and many other people. And those who are coming up playing football, whether you're in middle school, high school, college, or going to the NFL in hopes of even walking onto a team, just know that nothing is given. You got to earn it all. You got to go get it. Go get it. You feel me? Respect. King Kevindorival. Look out for my books. My website, kevindorival.com. And The Win in the Mirror, Activating Superpowers, Mind, Body, and Spirit. And some of the contents, what I just said, came from that book. All right. Bless. Peace. Much love.